Yes, perfect. Okay, so let's start with the session, guys. Let's start with the session. So, what have we discussed in the previous session, guys? What have we discussed? We saw something called as decisional statements or conditional statements, right? So we saw something called as if else, if else if, nested if, and switch statement. Okay, whenever I had to take decisions here, I will always make use of decision making statements here. Okay, so this is what we have seen in the previous session. So sir, what are we going to see in today's session? Okay, so today's session is going to be very interesting here because we're going to see one logical part here. Okay, very important logical part. Sir, what is it, sir? Okay, let us try to talk about it. Okay, so in today's session we are going to talk about something called as looping statements. What is the topic we are going to discuss today? We are going to discuss something called as looping statements here. Okay, so what are looping statements? Okay, looping statements are nothing but, okay, whenever I want to repeat a set of instructions, okay, whenever there is a repetition involved or redundancy involved, we always make use of looping statements. Okay, so the first thing, why do we come across looping statement is for in order to repeat. Okay, if I have to repeat some set of instructions here, I will always come across looping statements. Okay, secondly, and I also used for traversing purpose as well. And what is the second reason why I make use of looping statements? For traversing purpose. What is traversing, sir? See, there are a group of data. Imagine there are a group of data. I want to fetch one by one, one by one, one by one, one by one. I need to fetch them. Okay, that is called as traversing the data. Okay, so trying to fetch the data one by one, one by one, one by one. In those particular scenarios, we always come across something called as looping statements here. Okay, so what is the job of looping statements, guys? Looping statements are, we with the help of looping statements, we can repeat, or whenever there is redundancy involved, we always make use of looping statement. Loop means repeat. Okay, traversing purpose meaning there is a hell lot of data here. I need to traverse them one by one, one by one, one by one. For that particular scenario, I make use of looping statements again here. Clear? Now, what are the different looping statements we have in Java, sir? In Java, we have something called as for loop. Okay. Second, we have something called as while loop. Third, we have something called as do while loop. And fourth, we have something called as nested loops. Okay, nested for loop. Okay, we can have nested while loop also. But yeah, these are the three important. Okay, and nested for loop is one such. But out of this four, who has a lot of importance? For loop. So if you know for loop here, it becomes very easy working around with the data here. So it becomes what? It becomes very easy in order to work with the data here. Okay, so this is what we are supposed to understand. Okay, loop means repeating, okay, or traversing. So these are the two scenarios we generally come across looping statements. And what are the different loops we have? For loop, while loop, do while loop, and nested for loop. So these are the different looping statements that is supported by Java here. Okay, now let us see the working of each and every functionalities. Okay, now the first thing which we are going to discuss is something called as for loop. Okay, what are we going to discuss now? For loop. Sir, why do we make use of for loop, sir? Okay, for repeating purpose. For repeating purpose. Now, whenever we talk about for loop, right? Okay, I know how many times to repeat a task. For example, your requirement is do this task for 5 times, do this task for 10 times, do this task for 100 times. You know how many times to repeat a task. Okay, So therefore, always we make use of for loop. Okay, for loop is a looping statement wherein we know how many times to repeat a task. Okay, it is used to repeat a task for a specified number of times. Okay, we know the start point and we also know the end point here. Clear? Now we are supposed to talk about the beautiful syntax. Okay, we are supposed to talk about what? The beautiful syntax here. So how does the syntax go on? It's a very simple syntax. For open parenthesis, close parenthesis, open curly braces, close curly braces. So this is the scope of for loop, and the set of instructions which I need to repeat has to be written within this loop here, within this block here. Okay, so if I have to write anything which I have to repeat, I have to write it within this specific block here. Now over here, the first job here is, okay, the first job is initialization. Okay, the first parameter it is going to accept is initialization. Then it is going to accept the condition. Okay, and finally it is going to accept the updation. Okay, so these are the three scenarios, I mean three parameters the for loop is going to accept. What is it? Initialization, condition, updation separated by semicolon. So this is how we are supposed to make use of a basic for loop here. Okay, so we have a lot of one more loop, that is enhanced for loop, that we'll be talking about it a bit later. Okay, now I'll tell you one scenario, guys. You understood the syntax here, but your requirement here. Okay, let me tell you the requirement here. Your requirement is to print. Okay, your requirement is to print hello 5 times. Okay, what is the requirement to print hello 5 times? Your requirement is to print hello 5 times. You know what will a dumb person do here? Okay, I will tell you. So now, in order to develop a Java program, we can either make use of for loop, Notepad or Notepad++, right? So now I will generally make use of Notepad++ now. Okay, I open Notepad++ in order to develop and execute Java program. Okay, so now here you can make use of Notepad also. Okay, simple. We know both the ways of using it, right? Now I will create a class, and the class name is for loop demo. Okay, open curly braces and close curly braces. So this is the scope of for loop here. Okay, now I'll also have my main method, public static void main within parenthesis. It is string array of arguments. Again, open curly braces and close curly braces. So we have a beautiful class and we have our main method wherein the execution will begin from. So can we save the program first? Yeah, absolutely. So I'll tell Control S. When I tell Control S, it is asking me, Uday, where do you want to save the program? I want to save on the desktop, and I have created a folder called as Java programs. Okay, on the desktop, I have created a folder called as Java programs. Over there, class name and file name should be same, and then save as, search for Java source file. Okay, Java source. When you click it is automatically the extension will be taken, and I'll tell it as save. So your Java program is saved successfully. So what is your requirement? Your requirement is to print hello 5 times. Okay, your requirement is to print what? Hello, how many times? 5 times. Okay, if there was a dumb person, Guldu person, okay, what will he do here? He will tell system dot out dot println. Okay, he will write hello. This will print only once. Okay, when I tell system.out.println hello, he is going to print hello only once. Sorry, twice, thrice, 4 times, 5 times. Okay. So the requirement was to print hello world 5 times. So he made use of 5 print statements. Okay, now. So hello, 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 hello 5 times will be printed. Don't you think so? He's a dumb guy here. Okay. What if I have to print 50 times? Will I make use of 50 print statements? Okay. If I have to write it for 1000 times here, will you make use of 1000 print statements? Absolutely no. Got the clarity here? 5 times, okay, we made use of this. What if I have to do the same task for like 1000 times here? Will it work fine? Is it efficient enough? Absolutely no. Okay. So we are all not dumb. Okay. We're all not guldus. Okay. So what are we supposed to do here? In order to do it, in order to make it efficient, we will always make use of looping statement. Sir, how will we make use of looping statement, sir? I will tell you. Okay, first of all, how do you write your loop? Okay, how do you write your loop here? For, okay, open parenthesis, close parenthesis, open curly braces, close curly braces. This is the scope of a for loop, right? For open parenthesis close, open curly braces close. This is the scope of your for loop here. Now here, your requirement is to print hello 5 times. So the first parameter is initialization. So I will take a variable int I equals to 1. So I equals to 1 meaning it's like I'm starting from 1. Okay. Till which position? Till 5. 5 times. No, I will tell I should be lesser than or equal to 5. And slowly I'm incrementing. So I plus plus. Okay, I'm incrementing. So I'll make use of I plus plus. And here, what is the print statement I have here? I have to print system.out.println. I will write it as hello. Actually speaking, I'm done with the program. I will definitely get the desired output here. So whatever I'm expecting, I will definitely get it. But you'll be wondering how. Okay, you'll all be wondering how. So let us understand the scenario. So there is I and there is I is lesser than or equal to 5. Okay, so these are the two parameters which we have here. Okay, so now we will try to understand this in a beautiful manner here. Okay, now everyone understand, guys. One program you understand, we are done actually. So the first job is initialization. What is the first job? Initialization. I value will get initialized to 1. Okay. Next, I will check the condition. What is step number 2? I have to check the condition. What is my value? 1. Is 1 lesser than or equal to 5? Yes, it is true. Once the condition is true, the control will get inside the loop here. The control will get inside the loop, so it comes inside. So what am I supposed to print? I am supposed to print hello. Hello will get printed. After printing hello, the control will go back where? To I++. So, I++ meaning I value was 1. Now I value will get incremented to 2. Why? I++. It will become 2. Next, again I have to check the condition. This is step number 3. I have to check the condition. What is my value? 2. Is 2 lesser than or equal to 5? Yes, it is true again. Again the control will come inside. What am I supposed to print? Hello. Hello will get printed. Again the loop will go back. What am I supposed to do now? I++. Meaning I value was 2. Now it will become 3 here. Then again check the condition. What is my value? 3. Is 3 lesser than or equal to 5? Yes, it is true again. The control will come inside. And what am I supposed to print? Hello. Hello will be printed. Again, it's a loop. Loop meaning it has to go back to the updation. So I++. From 3, I value will become 4. Now again, what am I supposed to do? Check the condition. Is 4 lesser than or equal to 5? Yes, it is true. Okay. Again, the loop will come inside. What am I supposed to print? Hello. Hello will be printed. Again, it's a loop. Loop meaning it has to go back. I++. Now, I value will become what now? I value will become 5 from I. It was 1 2 3 4 5. It is slowly incrementing. I plus plus meaning it became 5, and 5 will again get checked here. I have to check the condition. So is 5 lesser than or equal to 5? Yes, it's true. 5 is lesser than or equal to 5. Control will come inside. What am I supposed to print? Hello. Hello will get printed, and the loop will go back. And the loop will go back where? I plus plus. Now I value will get incremented to 6. Now again I check the condition. 6. I check the condition. Is 6 lesser than or equal to 5? No, it is false here. So once the condition is false, what am I supposed to do? Once the condition is false here, I will stop. I will stop. And what was your requirement? To print hello 5 times. Have I printed hello 5 times? Yes. So this is called as loop. See, first initialization will happen. After that, condition, execution, then updation. Condition, execution, updation. Condition, execution, updation. So this is looping. See, condition, execution, updation, condition, execution, blah 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 blah. It is looping. So that's the reason we call it as a looping statement, generally used for repeating a set of instructions. Further clarity here. So this is what we are supposed to understand when it comes to looping statements. Clear? Now when I go back to my program, okay, and what is your necessity? Your necessity is to print hello, right? 5 times. But now 5 times you cannot make use of print statement. In order to make it efficient, you will make use of a for loop. Okay, you'll make use of for loop. Now here, first job is initialization. You will initialize any variable with the value 1. Okay, you can initialize to anything. I'm just initializing it to 1. For how many times I need to repeat? 5 times. So I should be lesser than or equal to 5. I is 1 until it reaches 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So slowly it will increment by 1 here. And what am I supposed to repeat here? I have to repeat system.out.println hello here. This is all about the data here. Now in order to execute it, what am I supposed to do? In order to execute it, I have to open command prompt. Sir, how will I open command prompt, sir? Okay, go back to the folder where your Java programs are stored, and in the path here, just search for CMD. Once you search for CMD over here, what will happen here? The command prompt will get opened in a beautiful manner. Okay, na? The command prompt will get opened in a beautiful manner. Okay, so now you need to execute it. Okay, you need to execute the program here. So how will you execute it? So is it necessary to change the path here? No, it's already pointing to C users admin here. So you need not C users admin desktop and Java programs. You can start directly compiling Java C for loop demo.java. So we are compiling this particular file in a beautiful manner. So the compilation will happen here. After the compilation here, interpretation will happen. So I have to just give the Java and the class name. That is more than sufficient. So when I tell Java for loop demo here, I'm just giving the data here. Did I get my expected output? That is hello is getting printed. How many times? Hello is getting printed 5 times. So this is all about how do you analyze and try to print the specific content here. Got it? Everyone, I hope everyone understood this simple example, correct? So now, so we understood the requirement here. Now, sir, my requirement is to print. Okay, what is your next requirement here? So my requirement is to print this one. 5, sorry, not this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sir, I want to print 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, sir. So what will I do here? Simple, again simple. So if there was a dumb person, okay, if there was a dumb person, what would he do? Okay, if there was a dumb person, what would he do? He will make use of print statements. Okay, so he will print what? He will print ln 1 here. Okay, he'll print 1. Similarly, how many print statements he'll have? 5 print statements. Okay, he will print 5, he will print 4, he will print 3, he will print 2. So if there was a Guldu person, what will he do here? He'll print 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Is it valid here? Absolutely valid, guys. It will absolutely work. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 will be printed. But my requirement is I have to use some basic common sense and try to reduce the complexity level over here. Right. So in order to make it efficient, okay, in order to make it efficient, what am I supposed to do here? In order to make it efficient, I have to make use of looping statements, correct? So what is the small funda, sir? What is the small changes I have to implement here, sir? Rather than printing hello, I will just print it as SOP. I will just print the value of what? I will print the value of I. Sir, how, sir? Will I print the value of I? Will I get the output here? Absolutely yes. How, sir? Can you tell me, sir? I'll tell you. See, I is 1, correct? Is 1 lesser than or equal to 5? True. Control will come inside. I will print the value of I. What is my value? 1, no. So 1 will get printed. Loop goes back. I plus plus. I value will become 2. Check the condition. Is 2 lesser than or equal to 5? True. Control comes inside. What am I supposed to print? 2. Goes back. I will become 3. Is 3 lesser than or equal to 5? Yes, true. Control comes back. 3 will get printed. Goes back. 4, 5. Because I value is changing. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Constantly, I value is changing from 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 3 to 4, 4 to 5. It keeps on increasing. Therefore, I have to follow this basic funda over here. Okay. So therefore, what am I supposed to do in order to print the specific content here? I have to make use of a looping statement. Okay. I have to make use of a looping statement. So how will I make use of? For, okay, this is the basic funda over here. Okay, basic schema structure. Okay. Now, here, what am I supposed to do here? Sir, you are supposed to print what, sir? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Correct. Int I equals to 1. Why? Because I want to print 1 for the very first time. Then later, I should be lesser than or equal to 5. Okay. And I plus plus. See, 1 to 2, 3, 4, 5. Until it reaches 5. I'm starting from 1, ending it till 5. And there is a gradual increment by 1. Why? Because I plus plus. Okay. Now here, what am I supposed to print here? I am supposed to print the value of I here. I will print the value of I here. So now when I go back to my program, okay, when I go back to my program, compile it, okay, and interpret it. See here, I'm getting some wrong answer here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I'm getting I. I'm just getting the value of I. Why is it so? Sir, you are printing I value in double quotes, sir. So whatever you give in double quotes will get printed as it is, sir. You have to print it as I, sir. Just a variable I. This I is a variable, no? Correct, no? Int I equals to 1. I is a variable. So the value of I is changing. 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 3 to 4, 4 to 5, 5 to 6, blah, blah, blah. It keeps on incrementing. So we are supposed to make use of I value here, right? So now when I execute my program, I will definitely get the output now. See? I have compiled my Java program beautifully. Oh, I'm so sorry. I have compiled it once again. Yeah. Now when I execute, did I get the expected output? Yes, I got the expected output of this entire scenario here. Okay. So this is what we are supposed to understand when it comes to looping statement here. Got it, guys? So you all got the basic idea about looping statements here. Do you all have any doubts as of now? Anyone having any doubts, guys, as of now? Guys, any doubts as of now? Very good. Perfect. Okay. Great. Okay, so we all understood this expected data here. Now here, my requirement. Okay, sir, what is your requirement, sir? My requirement is I want to print, okay, the next part, okay, I want to print what, this one, okay, my necessity is I want to print 146, 147, 148, 149 and 150 here. This is my expected requirement. Okay, I want to print these numbers here. So I will definitely not make use of multiple print statements. Okay, but common sense I'll apply and I'll make use of a looping statement. For loop, open curly braces and close curly braces. Now here it's common sense that I want to print 146 for the very first time, sir. So what will I do here? Int I equals to 146 because I want to print this for the very first time. No, I'll take initialize I value to 146. And what is the last value I'm supposed to print? 150. I should be lesser than or equal to 150. And what is the gradual growth here? Plus 1. What is the gradual growth? Plus 1. What is the gradual growth? Plus 1. Gradual growth plus 1. So in order to increment by 1, I will make use of ply plus plus. Okay. So this is what we are supposed to understand. Simple. I have to print the I value. Astay, I am done with the program here. See, I value will get initialized. What is my I value? I value is 146. Now check the condition. Is 146 lesser than or equal to 150? True. Control will come inside I value. What is I value? 146. 146 is printed. Control goes back. I plus plus. Okay. I plus plus meaning I value will get incremented to 147. After that I check the condition again. Is 147 lesser than or equal to 150? Yes. Again it comes inside I value. I value is 147 that will get printed and the loop goes back. Okay. Now it is I plus plus. I plus plus meaning it will become 148. Then I check the condition. Is 148 lesser than or equal to 150? True. Again control comes inside I value. 148 will get printed. Control will go back. I plus plus. Okay. Once the control will go back here, I value will become what? I value will become 149. Check the condition. Is 149 lesser than or equal to 150? True. Comes inside I value. 149 is printed. Loop goes back. I plus plus. I value will become 150. Goes back. Check the condition. Is 150 lesser than or equal to 150? Yes. Loop comes inside. I value 150 will get printed. Goes back. 150 is printed. Now I value will become what now? 151. Is 151 lesser than or equal to 150? No. Stop it. And I have got the required output. So this is how, guys, okay, one or two programs, if you have understood the working, the remaining things will become very, very, very easy for you all. Okay. So this is what we are supposed to understand when it comes to looping statements, the logical aspect of the data here. Clear? Now, sorry. Yeah. Now let us try to talk about this entire part here. Okay, let me go back to this example itself. Now let me create a new class. I don't want to write it again now. Control N for loop. I'll write it as example. Okay, the class name is for loop example, and then I will open curly braces. Yeah, right. So now over here, let me save this particular program. Okay, for loop example.java and save as Java source file. Yep. Okay, I'm done. So now in order to print, okay, 145, then sorry, 6, no, 6, 147, 148, 149, and 150. What am I supposed to do? Looping statement. For what is the first value I'm supposed to print here? I'm supposed to print, okay, int. You can take any variable, guys. X equals to 146. X is lesser than or equal to 150 and X plus plus. It's not that you have to always take I only, most of the time we take I because we are obsessed with the word letter called as I. But yeah, you can take any variables for that matter, it doesn't matter. So I have to just print x value. So now when I try to compile it, so I'll just compile example.java. Okay, so the compilation should be successful. Yes. Now after this, I will interpret the example. Did I get the expected output? 146, 147, 148, 149, and 150. Okay, I got the output. Now, the reason I'm doing so many examples is for your understanding. Okay, now we got the basic idea about how is a looping statement going to work like. Clear? So we got the basic structure of it, right? Now, we understood so many things. Okay, we understood so many things, correct? Now, if I want to print, okay, if I want to print the basic structure, wait, print, okay, what is my requirement now? Okay, a couple of more requirements here. Okay, we would be done. Okay, if I want to print, is this space here? Yeah, that is sufficient. Okay, what is your requirement here? My requirement is to print 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 in reverse order. Is it possible to do it? Absolutely yes. But we have to be smart enough. We have to be smart enough. Okay. Now, sir, you are trying to print 5 for the very first time. Okay, great. So I will tell int I equals to 5 because I'm trying to print 5 for the very first time. No, I have to go in decrement way. 5 I will print it. Some condition should be there. Okay. And 5 to 4 minus 1. 4 to 3 minus 1. 3 to 2 minus 1. 1 to 2 2 to 1 minus 1. So there is a gradual decrement of 1. So I will write it as minus minus. So now I will tell SOP I value. Now here, what should be the condition? Any idea guys, what should be the condition over here? Okay. So now let me tell you here, okay. Can you tell me here, what will be the expected part here? What will be the condition over here? Okay. Your condition over here is I should be, okay. Since you're going in the reverse order, it should be greater than or equal to 1. Why? 5 is greater than or equal to 1, 4 is greater than or equal to 1, 3 is greater than, 2 is greater than, but 1 is equal to 1. So if these values are greater than or equal to 1, so I have to make use of this specific logic here. So therefore, what will I do here? What is my I value? Step number 1. I value is 5. Okay. Then check the condition. Okay. Is 5, okay, I'll check here. Is 5 greater than or equal to 1? Yes, true. Control comes inside. What is my value? 5 will get printed. Then loop goes back. Okay. Step number 2 done. Step number 3. I minus minus. I value will become 4. Then check the condition. Is 4 greater than or equal to 1? True. Okay. Again, the loop will come inside. I value 4 will get printed. The loop will go back. I minus minus. So I value will become 3. Check the condition. Is 3 greater than or equal to 1? Yes. Loop comes inside. I value. What is my value? 3. 3 will get printed. Goes back. I minus minus. It will become 2. Check the condition. Is 2 greater than or equal to 1? Yes. Control comes inside. What am I supposed to print? 2. Control will go back. I minus minus. I value will become 1. Check the condition. Is 1 greater than or equal to 1? Yes. Comes inside. I value will get printed. Now again when I tell I minus minus, it will become 0. Is 0 greater than or equal to 1? No. Stop it. And I have got my desired output of this entire process here. So you have to be smart enough in order to print the content in reverse order. Okay. Very smart here. Okay. So you don't have to screw it up over here. Okay. So be very smart in order to understand the respected data here. Okay. So now here we got the expected output. Okay. We got the expected output here, right? So now can we execute the same program here in order to print it in reverse order? So I'm lazy enough, I'll just copy paste it. I'll copy paste this for loop, but I'll change the logic over here. Okay, the schema syntax, I'll copy it down. So now if I want to print what is your requirement here? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So int I equals to 5. I should be greater than or equal to 1 and I minus minus, and I have to print the value of I. Correct? No, this is the schema here. Okay. Now when I execute it, just check. Okay, if I'm able to get the output or not. If I'm able to get the output or not. Am I able to get the output? Yes, I'm able to get the output. But you'll have a few questions here, sir. What if I write it as only greater than? What will happen? If I write it as greater than, it will be like 5 is greater than 1, 4 is greater than 1, 3 is greater than 1, 2 is greater than 1. So I will be able to print 5, 4, 3, 2. 1 won't get printed because in order to print 1, I have to give it as equal to. If I don't give equal to, it will only print me 5, 4, 3, 2. Ashte. Only 4 things will be printed here. Yeah, got the clarity? Because I'm decrementing till 1, not including 1. Clear? And if you will be like, sir, I have to give it as greater than or equal to 1. But what if I give it as lesser than or equal to 1, sir? What will be the output? See, first, I value is initialized to 5. Is 5 lesser than or equal to 1? No, the control will never ever get inside the loop. So that I will not get any output at all. See, did I get any output? See, I did not get any output at all. Why? Because I value is 5 for the very first time. Is 5 lesser than or equal to 1? No, the control will never ever get inside the loop. So the condition has to be true. That is when the control will get inside the loop here. So the condition is only not true. How will it get? So you have to be very, very smart. Okay. When should we use greater than? When should we use lesser than? Lesser than is used when we are trying to move in the normal direction, forward direction. Greater than is used whenever we are moving in the reverse order. Okay, now decrementing. Okay, now, and now there's one more question. Sir, what if I give it as I plus plus, sir? What if I give it as I plus plus, sir? Okay, I is 5. Is 5 greater than or equal to 1? True. 5 will get printed. I plus plus. It becomes 6. Is 6 greater than or equal to 1? Print 6. 7. Is 7 greater than or equal to 7? 7, 8, 9, 10, blah 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 blah. It keeps on looping. Why? Because all the values are greater than or equal to 1. This will lead to infinite loop here. This will lead to what? Infinite loop here. See, it's going on, going on, going on, going on. I abruptly terminate by pressing Control C. Okay, Control C meaning it will terminate. So we have to be very, very precise in the training part. Okay, the tracing part. If we know how do we trace the data here, okay, we are supposed to understand the basic logic here. Okay, so this is what we are supposed to understand. Okay, I hope you all got the clarity about this entire process here. Clear? In order to go in reverse order, we have to always make use of the logic. Guys, in very simple terms here, okay, we have to be smart. Okay, if you know how do we trace a program, okay, how do we trace? Oh, what if I give this? What if I give that? You're logically very strong then. Okay, you can look at the program and predict it. This is what I want you all from. Okay, this is what I want. Okay, so this is all about the looping statement. I have a couple of things here. I'll tell you. Okay, so now guys, yeah, there's some announcement here which I'll be doing it at the last here. Okay, once we are going to terminate the session, I'll do the announcement here. Okay, so great. Okay, now here, what are we supposed to do now? Okay, what are we supposed to do here? Okay, so there's one question. Sir, what is the decrement? The updation is of 2 numbers. Very good. This is what I'm going to do now. So, sir, what is your requirement here? My requirement is to print. Okay, this is very interesting now. Okay, concentrate everyone. Okay, so once we can do this, we'll try to do at the data here. Okay, so now here first and the foremost thing here. Okay, the first and the foremost thing here. What I'll do here, I want to print 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. What is your requirement, guys? You are supposed to print even numbers from 1 to 10. If you could closely observe, no, you are supposed to print even numbers from, okay, 1 to 10 here. So what is the basic funda, sir? What is the logic we'll be utilizing it, sir? Very simple guys. Okay, very simple here. Okay, now for open parenthesis close, open curly braces close. So this is my program. Okay, now what is the logic? First you are supposed to print, okay, 2. So I will initialize int I equals to 2. Okay, I equals to 2 here. After that, okay, I have to print it till 10. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So they are all lesser, right? So I is lesser than or equal to 10. But now if you could see the updation here, it's plus 2. Updation plus 2. Updation plus 2. Updation plus 2. So the I mean, as soon as you get it as plus 2, what will you do? I plus plus will increase by 1. But here you'll write it as I plus 2. Okay, great. Will it work here? No, it won't work. Why? There is some logical mistake. I will tell you what is it. Sir, first I value is 2, sir. Very good. I value will become 2. Now check the condition. Is 2 lesser than or equal to 10? Yes, it is true. Control will come inside. What will happen? 2 will get printed. Control will go back. Okay, control will go back. When I tell I plus 2, I value is 2. 2 plus 2 is nothing but 4. That 4 we have added. Okay, so that I have to reinitialize it back to I only. I plus 2 meaning 2 plus 2. After adding, you got the value of 4. But what am I supposed to do? That 4 has to get initialized back to I only. Why? Because we are playing around with I only here. We are playing around with the variable I. So I have to reinitialize back. So now I value will become what? I value will become 4. Now again check the condition. Is 4 lesser than or equal to 10? Yes. Control will come inside 2 value. That is I value. That is 4. 4 will get printed. Control will go back. What is I value? 4. 4 plus 2, it will become 6. 6 I will initialize back to I. So I value will become what? I value will become 6. Then check the condition. Is 6 lesser than or equal to 10? Yes. Control will come inside. What is my value? I value is 6. Control will go back. What is I plus 2? I plus 2 is nothing but 6 plus 2. What is 6 plus 2? 8. 6 plus 2 is 8. Again, that will get initialized to I. So what will be my I value? I value will be 8. Check the condition. Is 8 less than or equal to 10? Yes. 10, 8 will get printed. Goes back. I plus 2. 8 plus 2 is 10. That 10 has to get initialized back to I. So I value will become 10. Check the condition. Is 10 lesser than or equal to 10? Yes. 10 will get printed. Goes back. Now I will become 12. See, 10 plus 2 is 12. 12 will get initialized back to I here. So is 12 lesser than or equal to 10? No, stop it. And I have got the necessary output. So that is the reason when I tell I equals to I plus 2, we can also write it as I plus equal to 2. Assignment operators, a few days I told you, right? We have to add 2 to I and reinitialize it back to I only. Correct. You understood the importance of assignment operators here. So this is why we make use of assignment operators, wherein we are trying to add 2 to I and reinitialize it back to I only. Okay. So when I tell I plus plus, internal it is like I equal to I plus 1. Okay, when I tell I plus plus, I equal to I plus 1. I'm adding 1 to I and reinitialize it back to I only. So this is how we are supposed to understand and try to print the output in the most brilliant manner. Got it? Clear? Now if I go back over here, what is my requirement here? Sir, your requirement is to print even numbers, sir. Very good. How will I print even numbers? For loop. Always, try to write for loop. Okay. After writing for loop, okay, int I equals to 2, I should be lesser than or equal to 10. So when I write only I plus 2, let us see what will happen here. 2, 4, 6, 8 and 10. Okay, let us see what will happen if I try to print the value of, I'm just trying to do this. So now let me see here. Okay, what output will I get here? So when I compile my Java program, see, I'm getting the output here. See, I plus 2, error, it's not a statement. Meaning, I am adding 2 to I. I'll get the output. But what am I supposed to do with that output? I have to initialize it back to I here. So I have to write it as I equal to I plus 2. Now when I compile it, oh, I'm so sorry. I'm executing the previous output. Okay, I have to compile first. After compiling, I have to interpret it. So now did I get the expected output? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Got it. So this is how we are supposed to print, okay, that the requirement here. Got it. So this is all about the entire data here. Clear? Now similarly, if we are able to print even numbers, we should be able to print what? Odd numbers also. So what will be the logic for printing odd numbers? There is some minute changes here. That's it. Minute and minute, very minute. Can you tell me what will be the data in order to print odd numbers here? Okay. So I have got, okay, one output here. Okay. So this will also work. Okay. I have got one output here. Okay. So they have sent me in the chat box here. This will also work fine. But which is comparatively efficient here? So this is what we are supposed to see. Doing one program has several ways. Okay. I am trying to do the simplest way. Okay. See, I'll tell you one important part. Logical thinking is up to their capabilities. Correct. So I cannot, tell that, oh, your logical thinking, you have to do it in the same way. No, not at all. Your thinking is different. My thinking is different. So whatever I'm trying to do here, okay, is the simplest manner. And even you can explore it in doing it in multiple ways. It's not that you have to follow the same structure now. Okay, no problem at all. If you're trying to follow different structure, it's absolutely valid. Not a problem at all. But the only thing is, try to get the output. Okay, this is what I wanted. Okay, this is all about the entire data here. Clear? Great. Perfect. Can you tell me what will be the logic of printing odd numbers here? 1, 3, 5, 9. Okay. Sir, very simple, sir. You are printing first 1, sir. I will print 1 over here. Clear? Now, sir, you are printing till 9, sir. I will write it as 9, sir. That's it. Will this be same? Can I also write it as I plus equal to y? Sir, 1 to 3 plus 2, 3 to 5 plus 2, 5 to 7 plus 2, 7 to 9 plus 2. So there is a gradual increment of 2 only. So therefore, I won't do anything over here. So directly I will compile, okay, and interpret it. So I will absolutely get the output as 13579. Clear? Understood the program here? Okay. So this is all about, okay, how do you logically think? Okay, and how do you print the entire process here? Clear? Understood here? This is all about what? For loop here. How do we work around with the general for loop here? Clear? This is all about the entire process, guys. Okay. So anyone having any questions as of now here? Okay. Any questions? I hope we have done so many programs here that you can easily derive a output now. Okay. So anybody having any questions, guys, as of now? No, right? So everyone are confident enough, right, with respect to loopings? Okay, great. Okay. Now let me give a couple of assignments, guys. Okay, don't mind me giving assignments here. Okay, this is for your knowledge perspective. Okay, first one is write a Java program. Okay, not now. Okay, I'm just developing the program. Write a Java program to print even numbers from 1 to 10. Sir, you did it now, sir. No, sir. Why are you giving it again, sir? I will tell you. Okay, I will tell you. Write a Java program to print odd numbers from 1 to 10. Okay. Third program, write a Java program to print mm, to print multiples of 3 from 1 to 15. Got the clarity, guys? So you have to print even numbers and odd numbers from 1 to 10. But you cannot make use of this logic here. So I have written it in one way. I have written it in one way. You have to write it in another way. I have sent you one more way in the chat box. Excluding that. Okay, whatever I have done and I have sent in the chat box, excluding that, you have to think about a different logic here and try to give. I'll give you one hint here. You'll have one for loop and you'll have one if condition. Okay. So you have to make use of this for loop and if condition in order to get this data here. So if you know how do we check even or odd, okay? I told a few days back how do we check if a number is even or odd. If you know that and if you know for loop, okay, you'll be able to print it. And you have to print the multiples of 3. Okay, what is the multiples of 3? 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. So you have to print the multiples of 3 from 1 to 5 here. 1 to 15 here, sorry. So these are the three programs, okay, three for loops you will have. Okay, so how will you do it? It's your job. Okay, you have to think, you have to Google it, you have to understand it, you have to do a lot of research. That is up to your perspective. Okay, I'm not going to talk about it, but I want the output. Okay, you can just drop me a message. Okay, after doing, you can drop me a message. Don't worry, I'm giving a hell lot of assignments here. Okay, for what reason am I giving it? For your perspective, right? So whenever you find time here, try to do it. Okay, see, I'll tell you one common human tendency, guys. Okay, until it's till our neck, no, we will not have that seriousness here. Okay, okay, that is what I'm trying to tell here. We would take it very lightly. Okay, so I have to study. Okay, we'll study tomorrow. Oh, okay, procrastination. We keep on postponing the things here. Oh, we'll do it tomorrow. It's easy, right? We'll study tomorrow. But we will not have that interest to open our books, open our laptop and start practicing. But trust me, once you kickstart, that first initial step is very crucial. Once you gain that, remaining things will fall in place here. Okay, so this is what we are supposed to talk about the entire process. Okay, got it? I hope you all got the clarity about, okay, what is this entire data here. Okay, now there's a small program. Okay, I'll do one small process. What is this, that sir? How can I print the data in a same line? Okay, same line. I will tell you here. Okay, there's one question. Let me do it. Sir, everything here is printed that way. Okay, I want to print even numbers in a single line. 2, 4, 6, 8 in a single line. How will I do it? Simple. You will have the same for loop, guys. You will have the same for loop. Rather than having ln, you will use print. So when I use print here, look what will happen here. When I use print here, it will be printed in the same line. Can you see? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 is printed in the same line. But sir, I want a proper alignment. So after printing I, give a space. So what will happen? I is 2. Is 2 lesser than or equal to 10? Yes, I can write this as I plus equal to 2. Meaning I am incrementing, I'm adding 2 to I and reinitializing it back to I. So 2 space 4 space, 6 space, 8 space, 10 space. So that way, I will get the output in the most beautiful manner here. If I show this output here, did I get the output? See, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. I have got the desired output here. Okay, so this is how we are supposed to derive at the output here. Clear? So you can do it in the same line or a different line, it doesn't matter. It's all about our capability levels, how good you can derive it. Clear? Got it? This is all about it. But now I will do one more small program here, logical program. Okay. Okay. What is that, sir? Okay. Now here, I want you all to find out. Okay. What is the question here? The question is sum of, okay, sum of n natural numbers. This is your question. What is it? Sum of n natural numbers here. Sir, what does it mean, sir? Sum of n natural numbers. I will tell you. If I give my n value as 3, so 3 meaning 1 plus 2 plus 3. I have to add, okay, from 1 till 3. If I give it as 6, n value is 6, I have to tell 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 6. From 1 till 6, I have to add all those data. If I give the value of 10 here, 1 to 10, I have to get the sum. Okay, this is nothing but the sum of n natural numbers. So now imagine my n value is 5. What does it mean? I have to make use of a logic called as 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5. Clear? How will we do it here? How will we do it here? Sir, it's very simple, sir. Okay, it's very simple. If int n equals to 5, meaning I have to traverse, till 5. So I'll make use of one looping statement. Okay, for int I equals to 1. Why 1? Because I have to start my addition from 1 only. Correct. I is equal to 1. Then I should be lesser than or equal to n, because till 5 I need to traverse, and gradually I have to increment by 1. So this loop is very easy. Correct. This loop is very easy. Okay. But now internally, what am I supposed to do? This is what it matters. Internally, what will I do? This is what it matters. Okay. Now I will take a variable called as int sum equals to 0. Why? Because I have to add and store it into one container. No, I will write it as sum equals to 0. So therefore, what will I do over here? N value is 5, meaning I am traversing till 5, meaning 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 till 5. And then sum equals to 0. Why is sum equal to 0? Sir, I have to add and store it somewhere, no? So initially it is 0. I will add, I'll keep on storing. But what is the business logic here? Sir, the business logic is sum equals to sum plus I here. Sir, what is that, sir? I will explain. I will explain with an example. Okay. First, what is my value, guys? I value is 1. I check the condition. Is 1 lesser than or equal to C? I check. Is 1 lesser than or equal to N? What is N value? 5. True. Yes. Control will come inside. What is sum? 0. 0 plus I is 1. What is 0 plus I? It's 1. 1 will get stored into sum here. Sum will become 1 here. After that, it goes back to I plus plus. I value will become what now? 2. Okay. Now again, I check the condition. Is 2 lesser than or equal to 5? Yes. Control will come inside. What is sum? It is 1 now because I've added 1 here. 1 plus 2. What is 1 plus 2? 3. 3 will get stored into sum. Okay, sum will become 3. Again, it goes back. I plus plus. What will be my I value? Now it will become 3. Now again, check the condition. Is 3 lesser than or equal to 5? Yes. Again comes inside. What is sum value? It's 3. Plus I value is 3. 3 plus 3, it is 6. 6 will get stored into sum. Again goes back. I plus plus. Okay, I plus plus meaning what will be my value? It will become 4. Is 4 lesser than or equal to 5? Yes, control comes inside. What is my sum? 6. 6 plus 4? 10. 10 will get stored into sum. Sum will become 10. Again, the control will go back. I plus plus. What will be my value? It will become 5. Is 5 lesser than or equal to 5? Yes, it's true. Control will come inside. What is my sum value? 10. 10 plus 5? 15. 15 will get stored into sum here. Again, the loop will go back. I plus plus. What will be my value? I value will become 6. Is 6 lesser than or equal to 5? No, stop it. And what is the sum now? Sum is 15. Got it. This can also be written as sum plus equal to I. Like I keep on adding the I value to my sum. First I'll add 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I keep on storing. See, initially it was 0. Once I added 1, it became 1. Then 1 and 2, 3. 2 and 3, 6. 6 and 4, 10. 10 plus 4, 15. So I value is changing. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I value I need to add with the previous sum. Whatever is the previous sum, I have to keep on adding. So this is how we are supposed to calculate the sum of n natural numbers here. Okay, so this is how logically we have to work around with it. Okay, now it's no big deal, guys. Trust me, it's no big deal. Okay, we have to just analyze it. If you want, see here, I'll tell int n equals to uh, 5 for one for loop. Okay, one simple for loop you need to have. Okay, and you have to print the sum also. System.out.println, and I have to print the sum here. So what should be the logic? I should start from 1 and I have to end it till n. Why? Till 5 only I need to add, no? So from 1 till 5 and gradual increment of I here. But what is the logic over here? Sum. I should have one more variable outside. Int sum equals to 0. Okay, and I have to tell sum equals to sum plus I here. That is nothing but sum plus equal to I here. Okay, we're done with the process. Okay, after printing it, so after looping it, you will get the output. See, when I compile my program, and when I interpret it, I will definitely get the expected output. Where the hell is the output, sir? I will show it to you. Oh, wait. Did I get the expected output as 15? Okay, so this is what we are supposed to understand. I got the output as what? I got the output as 15. Okay, if you want to cross check, I will compile it again and I will interpret it. So you will get the desired output. Okay, if you want to cross check, you can go back here. Can you see here? 15. Okay, 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 is 15. I got the output as 15. So this is all about the entire process here. Okay, you got the basic idea. What is n value? Till 5 I need to calculate. Why sum equals to 0? Why? Because sir, I want to add and store it somewhere. No, sir. That's the reason. One for loop for traversing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One by one, one by one, one by one. And this is the business logic for adding and storing, adding and storing, adding and storing. After that, I will print the sum value. Okay, so this is all about the entire process. If you want, you can do it like this also, concatenate. Okay, the ultimate choice is yours here. Okay, so this is all about, okay, the entire process here. Clear? So we are left out with a lot of different topics such as a while loop, do while loop, and break, continue, nested for loop. Okay, so these all things we'll start doing it in the coming session here. Okay, so any queries here, any